Over the past 3 years, I've helped over 30 chiropractors like Dr. Peterson add multiple tens of thousands of dollars in additional revenue every month. And today, I'm going to share the internal marketing machine we've seen practices implement and double or even triple the amount that each patient spends at their practice. This whole thing started when we had a chiropractor that we brought on. She only had 12 new patients per month, but she was collecting over $60,000 per month as well. When we dove into her monetization and retention, we saw that her average patient was spending over $5,000 at her practice with her, which means that she was able to spend as much as she wanted to bring them in the doors because they would on average spend that much. We took the 80-20 of what she was doing to increase patient value. Now we install it in every single practice we work with. But for the first time, we're going to share some of these secrets with you and give you the 80-20 of what you can do to drive more revenue into your practice. All the secrets we use to increase patient value in practices. There are 3 parts to the internal marketing machine. So number 1 is mindset. This is becoming comfortable asking for reviews, testimonials, and referrals. Part 2 is systems. So this is how and when do we ask for reviews, testimonials, and referrals. And then part 3 is implementation. This is how do we actually use social proof to drive more new patients, conversions, and retention. So what is the internal marketing mindset? We're going to start here. This is going to be an extremely simple mindset shift. It's not going to be easy, but it will be simple. And so the internal marketing mindset starts with putting your patients first always. Okay, only after your patients win will you win. This really boils down to 2 things, results and experience. Okay, patients getting results and then them having a good experience while getting those results. It is absolutely crucial that you are more convicted in your mission than you are scared of rejection. I'll say that again. It's crucial that you are more convicted of your mission than you are scared of rejection. Okay, I believe this is generally the root behind why most doctors don't ask more often for reviews, testimonials, referrals, and all kinds of social proof. So 3, if asking for reviews, testimonials, and referrals is uncomfortable, don't shy away. Let's get better at asking. Let's reframe our mindset. We're not getting rejected personally, right? If someone says no, they're rejecting your mission. They're not rejecting you. And so when I say mission, it's like, what is the mission we have in our community to make more impact, to transform more lives? Okay, and so if we're more convicted in that than we are afraid of rejection, we will ask, right? We will ask for the referral because I want to impact this person's life. And to me, it's okay if they say no. I'm not going to be personally defeated. They're rejecting the mission. They're not rejecting me and who I am. And to me, I would rather focus on impacting them, even if it means that I have to deal with the rejection afterwards. Number 4, reviews, testimonials, and referrals. These should be expectations, not an ask. Make asking for referrals normal because you're here to make your community healthier. Even when patients don't get it, you need to be more convicted in your mission than any negative opinions patients might have. Okay. And then number 5, you need patients to buy into your mission, values, and what you're building. When patients do buy in, they will become your biggest supporters. Okay. So this is the mindset behind it. So let's talk about referral culture a little bit. The referral culture is a practice where the average patient gets excellent results and has an excellent experience, right? Like I said, these are the 2 most important pieces. Only when you have excellent results and an excellent experience can you expect patients to refer when you ask. Okay, I'm not going to speak too much on results. That's an area most of you already know how to do that. You guys blow it out of the park, right? But on the experience side, I want to explain experience in a very practical way. Okay, think of your favorite fast food chain. For me, that'd be like Chick-fil-A, right? Every customer has expectations when they show up to Chick-fil-A. And even if you're like, hey, that's not healthy, I'm not going to do it. Bear with me. The experience is what we're focused on, right? But every customer has expectations when they show up to Chick-fil-A. Here's some of the expectations. The food's going to be dang good. The food's going to be ready quick. And they're going to give you the correct food you order, right? And when you say thank you, what are they going to say? My pleasure, right? And so those are a few of the expectations. If you were to eat at Chick-fil-A, you ordered a chicken sandwich, and instead of receiving your food fast, it takes an hour. Then when you look at it, it's cold. And then you realize they didn't give you a sandwich, but they gave you a salad. You're like, what? So your experience with Chick-fil-A, or at least this Chick-fil-A location, would be pretty poor. Why is that? Well, it's because the product or service that you received, the promise you were made, did not actually live up to expectations, right? So this is experience explained in 1 sentence for you. Your ability to meet the expectations of your patients. So what are some of the different problems with experience? So number 1, oftentimes patients have bad expectations, right? Coming into working with you, and sometimes those poor expectations are impossible to meet, okay? Sometimes we overpromise, which sets us up for failure, right? And then number 3 is we're human and we will make mistakes. We will underperform at times, right? So we're going to fall to the level of our systems, which is why these systems are so important. Okay. And so let's address these things. I don't want to just throw problems and have you figure them out. Problem number 1, every patient that walks through your doors will have a preconceived idea of what chiropractic care is, the problems they can solve, the timelines, etc., right? Here's an example of what an average patient could believe. Chiropractic care helps with back pain and neck pain. Chiropractic care is for pain relief, but not a long-term solution. Chiropractic care can't help with any problems, but just pain-related ones. Chiropractic care isn't safe. Okay, here's some expectations that a lot of people do believe. It is your job, no one else's, to reset those expectations as a patient goes through your new patient process and becomes a patient. Okay, a lot of those expectations need to be set early on in a patient's journey with your practice. The education is important. If we don't reset it early enough, they will continue with their assumed expectation. And it's way harder to reset these expectations down the line, even if you never talked about it. Okay, and so we need to reset their current beliefs around chiropractic care that can negatively affect their experience with your practice. Because, for example, if a patient believes that chiropractic care is only for pain relief, then they will leave as soon as they experience some pain relief, right? And so some action steps. I want you to write down any negative beliefs that you see patients consistently have when they begin care, right? What do they say? How do they act? When do they leave, right? And so let's walk through and actually understand what are the different beliefs. And number 2, record a short patient launch video you can share with new patients to begin the education process and address all these unrealistic expectations, right? All right, problem number 2. Pro tip here, under promise, over deliver. Every expectation you set about the results a patient will get should be under promise so that you can always meet those expectations and almost always exceed expectations. Only set the expectations that you're 100% sure you can deliver on. What can you promise you're 100% sure you can deliver on? That's a question to ask yourself, right? The easiest way to set expectations is by sharing the most reasonable expectations that you can possibly set. For example, if 99% of patients show substantial progress towards their number one health goal by the end of 90 days of working together, that might be the thing. You may underdeliver with some, that 1%, but it's such a small minority that you can have those hard conversations when they come up, right? You can make a statement like, hey, be unreasonable that after 90 days working together, we don't see progress towards XYZ goal that you have, right? And when making claims, just a little heads up, you never have to make a specific promise to a specific patient, okay? Instead, just share data from current patients. If that's the case, instead of promising that each patient will get a certain result, take surveys of current patients as they go through the process. You can assemble numerical data and testimonials about how each patient's feeling as they go through the process. Hey, 99% of our patients after that initial care are feeling 100% better, right? Or whatever it is. Proof sells. And so if you can show this proof, people will be so convicted that you know what you're doing. There won't be a trust on if it's going to work. Now it's just, can I justify spending this amount of money on it working? So number 1 is analytical data. And number 2 is anecdotal data. Okay. And so when speaking to a potential patient, you can use real examples like, hey, I had a patient with this condition that was going through X. And after 90 days, she shared with us, insert the testimony, right? What did she actually share? And the cool thing is if you have a video testimony here, you can literally be like, hey, I'm going to send it to you. But you just talking through the story first and then sending it shows the proof that this is actually a real person. Okay. They may not watch the video, but they now believe that this is actually a real thing that happened. So, and then you let them know like, hey, although I can't guarantee how your body will respond to my care, I'm confident we can help you make progress towards this goal. Another thing, if you know the patients can sometimes be sore after a first adjustment, it's a good idea to communicate that as an expectation, right? This means that if a patient is sore, they're not going to overreact. It's going to, it's a set expectation. And although that might sound crazy, I know people that would completely freak out because they're feeling very sore in places they didn't expect to be sore. They're feeling like a little bit weird. And so it is so important to set those expectations. And when it does happen, it's like, oh, this person, when they say something, it happens. Oh, this person, when they give me their word, the next thing does happen and does occur. And so now I trust the things that come out of that person's mouth, right? Expectations that are important to set here. Timelines, be very conservative. Results, it's better to show proof than to overpromise. Okay, so actually just show the proof and show what actually happens. It's going to make things so much simpler. Number 3, how the new patient process works. What number of visits do you have? Is there a report of findings? When are you going to go through things, right? You can walk through that briefly at the beginning. And then for what each phase of care looks like when they sign on. So in your ROF, make sure you're talking through that. So some action steps here. Write down all the expectations that you consistently communicate with patients. Write down any expectations that we set that we aren't consistently able to deliver on. And change those expectations that we aren't able to deliver. Make it easier to deliver on or remove those expectations altogether. Show proof, 2 types of proof. Remember, we have analytical, so like the data, and then we have anecdotal, which is like stories of people that are actually going through this process. Number 3, we're human. We make mistakes. So does every billion-dollar company that exists. So does every relationship since the dawn of mankind. So does none of us are perfect, right? And so how come billion-dollar businesses and healthy relationships don't fall apart when there's mistakes being made? And it's because they both learn how to ask forgiveness and reconcile when they wrong another person, right? And so this is the most valuable lesson you can learn about experience. Take ownership for any mistakes you make and make it right with every patient, okay? Your brand, far more important than your ego. Your reputation is the one thing that it takes forever to build and it's very quick to tarnish, right? And your reputation will follow you everywhere forever. And so we might want to take this very seriously, okay? So it's important to always have a plan in your back pocket that you can use to reconcile relationships. So this looks like Chick-fil-A giving a free sandwich if they mess up the order. What does this look like in your practice? Do we have a way to comp a visit if needed? Can you give a patient extra time if you're running behind schedule, make up for the time they missed? Can you actually help them, spend a little bit extra time and help them solve the problem if they're struggling, right? And so our goal is to turn every bad experience into a major patient win. So let's be the people that save the day. All right, action steps here. Brainstorm some of those common mistakes that we make in the office that might hurt a patient's experience and brainstorm an action plan for how we can reconcile every patient experience specifically. Okay, so the different types of patient experiences, have an idea for what you can do. If you are prepared, you won't need to worry in the moment because you already know what's coming next. So as we dive into this internal marketing machine, I want to talk about tracking tools and follow-up. This is so important. What's measured can be improved. This is a quote by Alex Hormozi. But there was a study done around weight loss during the month of December. Okay, the control group was told that their goal was to lose weight during the holidays. They should do their best with their diet, exercise, discipline, but they couldn't weigh themselves. Okay, they were not allowed to step on a scale. It was like, hey, no stepping on a scale. Just try your best to eat healthy, right? The other group was told, hey, step on the scale every single day. I want you to record your weight, but don't worry about the weight, right? It's the holidays. Enjoy yourself. Do not stress. Eat what you want to eat. We'll pick things back up in the new year. In this study, crazy results. The average person in the first group attempting to lose weight without a scale gained a couple pounds during the study. On the other side, the group that stepped on the scale daily, on average, stayed the same weight or lost a couple pounds. All this to say, what is measured can be improved and will be improved. Most practice owners track the big picture metrics like revenue, new patients, total number of visits, etc. But the $1 million practice owners are obsessed with tracking everything. And so are we tracking all of our referral opportunities? If yes, you're ahead of the game. Congrats. Are we tracking all our Google reviews? If yes, you're ahead of the game, right? If not, I'm going to show you how to do this. So referral opportunities, case studies, testimonials, Google reviews don't slip through the cracks, right? Have you heard the military saying like no man left behind? So if you have, then awesome. But we're going to adopt the mantra for every potential referral opportunity that we have in the practice. From now on, we are not going to forget about any life we can potentially change. And so I'm going to introduce to you the referral outreach tracker. Okay, so this is a simple tool built with all the functionality to easily track potential referral opportunities. Click that link below here. And so below the video, there should be a link to this Gamma doc. If not, then you should have the option to book a strategy call, in which case do that. And I can hand you this link afterwards. Click the link below, take a peek at the two Google Sheets in particular, the data sheet and the dashboard sheet. Okay. And then I'm going to explain how to use that. So this is where you're going to track everything. Okay. The dashboard sheet will pull all the data you track and display in a simpler way. Here is the breakdown on the referral outreach tracker data sheet. Okay. So the referrer name is the column to input the name of the patient that mentioned the referral opportunity. Referral lead name is the column to input the referral if you have it. Okay. The last referral outreach column is to track the last date you spoke to the referrer about the referral, even if the conversation happens to be over text, call, or in office. There's a color code to visualize the last outreach date. So green means they're up to date. 14 days or less since last follow-up. Yellow means reach out now. 30 days or less. And red means that they're overdue. It's been more than 30 days since last follow-up. We can change the cadence if you want to do every 7 days. That's probably better. But this is how do we just start with adhering to the schedule, and then we can focus on decreasing that. So the number of outreaches done is to track how many times you've reached out to the specific patient about the referral. Each time you reach out, you'll add a +1 to the total. Okay. Referral notes column, just track specific notes to the referral. Example, like Sharon is John's wife. John said she's at elbow pain, right? Give you something to talk about. The column next follow-up due, that's going to auto-populate. You don't have to change that, but it'll be 2 weeks since last outreach date. Use the next follow-up date due. Actually follow up then. You can actually change it to 7 days or whatever number you want as well if you choose to. So the column status is to track the status of each referral opportunity. Scheduled means that they scheduled the first visit. Warm is they're in the follow-up process. Not interested means they're no longer interested, right? So how do we use the referral outreach tracker? Here's a written version for how. Input any referral opportunity into the sheet. Anytime you or a team member has a conversation with a patient and hears about a referral. So how to use the referral outreach tracker? Here's a written version. Input any referral opportunity into the sheet. Anytime you or a team member has a conversation with the patient and hears about a referral opportunity. So action steps. Number 1, make a copy of the referral outreach tracker spreadsheet and start using it. Number 2, have a team member input any referral opportunities that they can think of. And 3, actually follow up with these referral opportunities. Make it a normal process. All right, let's talk referrals. What is a referral? A referral is a warm connection. This means trust has already been built between the patient and a third party. So friend, business, family member, etc. And you get to borrow that existing trust without having to build it all up yourself. Okay, so what's a referral system? It's just a series of actions or steps that allow us to consistently get referrals and remove luck out of the equation. So it involves a trigger, right? What is the thing that triggers an action? And then it involves what happens next. What's the action taken? Okay, so a referral system is made up of these parts. So the referral offer, we're going to build this out together. The referral process, when do we ask? The referral scripts, how do we ask? Okay, so let's build your referral offer. So to understand the importance here, we require every practice we work with to create a referral offer. Okay, we've literally seen practices 5x the amount of new patients they bring by building an extremely valuable referral offer. All right, it's insane. And so stop real quick. And so if you haven't done this yet, read through the lead magnet section of the pricing and packaging training before continuing. That will 100% be the best place to go. This will actually change the game when you think about building a referral offer, because it's going to show you how to build offers in general, right? So read through that lead magnet section. And then number 2 is, remember, when you're building a lead magnet, we're trying to get as many people through the doors while building as much trust as possible. Okay. Our ultimate goal on the first visit isn't to make a ton of money, but to get people through the doors and exposed to the value that you provide, right? With the ultimate goal of driving care plan conversions, life transformation, and more profit. Here's why this is so important. Referrals are the best quality patients. They have the longest retention. They have the highest conversion percentage. They have the most commitment. They spend the most, right? Because of this, we can be more aggressive with our referral offer, right? And so we want more referrals to jump on this, even if we're giving away free service, because they're the type of patients who are going to be with you 5 years and spend $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 across their lifetime. Right. So let's follow this guide to building your referral offer. Okay. Step 1, we're going to start with your normal day 1 and day 2 services. Let's say your consult, exams, scans, and x-rays and ROF are valued at $250, right? Step number 2, discount to a no-brainer price. Bundle that normal day 1 and day 2 service into a $27, $47, maybe $97 special, depending on your market. We've seen $47 is the sweet spot. Step 3, stack bonuses. Okay. Don't get me wrong. Discounts are great at capturing attention, but stacking value is extremely important as well. So a pro tip to picking the bonuses here. Pick services that are considered high value, but are not expensive to deliver. Some examples: massage, red light, soft tissue work, nutrition, etc. Right? They're considered extremely high value. Patients really desire them. And also include things like nutritional consults, functional medicine consults, those kind of deals. This gives you more opportunities to convert the patients outside of just the Chiro new patient to other services that you offer, right? Here's some examples of those successful lead magnets and bonuses. So massage, red light, soft tissue work, nutrition, hyperbaric oxygen chamber, so HBOT, anything else that seems super holistic in nature. Shockwave we've seen is pretty solid. Once we've done those 3 steps, here's an example of a completed referral offer. You started with a $250 first visit for a consult, exam, scans, and x-rays, and ROF. Now you have a consult, exam, scans, and x-rays valued at $250. Plus, you also get these bonuses: a free chiropractic adjustment valued at $75, for a nutrition consult valued at $100, a free 15-minute massage valued at $45. Now the perceived value is $470, but they're getting it for just $47. This is an insane deal. How can somebody say no to that? And that's exactly the point, okay? And so the result here is that you capture massive attention. This positions you at high value, not cheap. Patients see you as generous. They're not seeing you as desperate, okay? And remember, the math has to make sense. So if your average referral patient is worth $3,000 across their lifetime on the low end, why would you be scared to give $50 of value up front to bring someone who could return 60x that? And when your business grows from it, while patients get results, it's really a win-win situation, okay? And so here's some pro tips here. Include some kind of risk reversal, so a guarantee, a discount, etc., so patients aren't fearful, like, hey, what's the worst that can happen? The more we can minimize that, the less people will be fearful at trying you out. Number 2, discounts capture attention because people know how much a discount's worth. They know they're saving $200 if something's marked down to $47 from $247, right? Too many people lean only on the discounts though. Stack value on top of those through bonuses that patients consider valuable. This separates you from others. Think about it. people out in the marketplace, every chiropractor is advertising what? Some kind of consult, exam, or scan, some kind of scans with x-rays. Think about it. What is every chiropractor doing? Well, they're doing a consult, exam, some scans / x-rays, maybe treatment. And so everyone is doing that. And so we need to differentiate what you do versus what they do, right? We don't want people just comparing on price and commoditizing who you are compared to them. And so combining all these valuable bonuses with discounts multiplies the results you're going to get from any marketing. Number 4, too many people add bonuses the patients don't want, okay? That is only giving you more work without improving results. If you're going to do it right. Most valuable bonuses include the massage, red light, HBOT, soft tissue work, etc., right? And then number 5, if you don't offer a service like this, partner with another business that would be willing to see them for a free single visit, right? The trade is they get a new client or new patient for free from it. And on your end, you get to provide more value. And so if you're saying this, don't say, hey, Chiro's the only thing they need. I'm not offering another service. I've just heard that too much. Okay. I agree. Chiropractic is extremely important. But if packaging another service is the difference between a person not getting the care they need, not coming in at all, or coming in for a first visit and potentially signing on to care, isn't this a good trade, right, for them? So sometimes we have to take a step back and get out of our ego with it, Chiro being the main, I get it's the main thing, but there are other things that people want more. And so if we can package those things in, you will find you can make more impact, right? So referral processes and scripts. Most practices are not intentional about asking for referrals, which usually happens because there's no plan, okay? And you're only as good as your systems. You're going to fall to the level of your systems, to the level of your preparation, right? And so if you have no system to ask for referrals, it's only going to happen on the off chance that you remember and you feel confident enough to ask, which rarely happens. And so we choose to build stopping points in a patient's journey for you to ask for referrals. And with every stopping point, you should have a script that is proven to naturally get patients to drop their guard, open up, and create excitement to spread the word about your office, okay? And so here's a referral process map I would recommend to follow. So number 1, new patient process, you give them a referral voucher. We're making sure we're following up, testimonial referral sequence, following up again. Then we have our re-exam and referral ask, and then we continue following up, right? As we go throughout the weeks of whatever care plan you recommend. Let's talk about this. So phase 1, don't do your health journey alone. So if you look at the bottom here, we have our different phases. So phase 1, don't do your health journey alone. Procedure 1, we're going to implement a referral consent after a patient signs on to care. And so what that looks like, here's a script, an example script for it. Feel free to customize it. But our mission is to make your community healthier, and we believe that it starts with the families. If we ask you to join us on this mission to help other people, whether that's your family, people in your community, or your colleagues, is it reasonable that we ask during the duration of your care, and also that you're not going to get offended by that, right? Can we partner together on this thing about transforming the community? People are not going to say no to that, okay? And so procedure number 2, give new patients the Stronger Together referral voucher. So immediately following them saying yes, you're like, cool, you're here today because you're ready to take control of your health, and that's incredible. But healing is not meant to happen alone. And so one of the biggest factors that leads to success is having someone else that's close to you on the journey. Someone who holds you accountable, encourages you, maybe even heals alongside you, right? And so we have something called the Stronger Together offer. For just $47, anyone in your family or close circle can come in for, insert what the offer is. Normally, insert the value, right? But because we have this mission, make families healthier, we want to extend this to anyone in your family or very, very close friends. That way, we can find out early if they're dealing with something under the surface, and they can walk this journey with you. Does anyone you know come to mind? And you can even give them an even more special referral deal if you choose to. Phase 2 is their first big patient win. Okay, procedure 1, implement Google review QR codes in the office and begin asking for a Google review after each patient mentions a health win. Okay, so when they mention it, hey, I absolutely love what you just said. Ask them some questions, get them to follow up and actually paint the story. And then at the end of that, it's like, hey, I absolutely love what you just said. Exactly what you just said. Would you mind writing that into a really brief Google review? Just taking those exact words and putting them onto Google. I would love for someone else that's struggling with XYZ pain to be able to get relief like you're experiencing. And then when they're like, yeah, sure, of course. Awesome. Can you just scan this QR code real quick and knock this out? Right. And so the important thing is we want to ask them to do it really quick before they leave, or it's like, hey, real quick before you leave, would you mind writing that into a really brief, short Google review, right? Procedure number 2, schedule a testimonial video after a patient expresses a big health win. Okay, the script here. I'm so glad you're starting to feel better. I would love to track your progress with a quick video where we can document the exact progress you mentioned. What we like to do is record a huge win as you go through care so we can see how you continue to get healthier throughout care. Would you be up to sharing where you started and how you're already progressing to over a quick 5-minute video? It'd be a great way to document your stories as you continue to feel better. And so you can do this now. You can also do it at the very end of their care when they're feeling absolutely 100% better. But getting a testimonial video, walking through the before and after, having them really paint their story and how hard things have been to how great things are now will go a long way. And great, this can go on your website. This can go into social media. This can be your next few pieces of content, but makes it really easy, and you can continuously revisit these and repost these. Procedure 3, ask for a referral after the testimonial. So, hey, it's absolutely great that you started seeing some change, and this is just the beginning. Most patients tell us that once they feel a shift, they realize how many people in their life are stuck with no real answers. Whether it's your spouse, sibling, or even a coworker, don't let them stay in the dark. You could take control of your family's health. You don't even have to ask them, but you can just drag your husband and kids with you to your next appointment. Would you like Dr. John to evaluate them, see how they're doing? So we want to make sure that we can ask for a referral at the end of them talking about how awesome we are. And it's really, hey, we're partnering with you to help to better the community. Like we said at the very beginning, can we do that together? Phase 3, re-exam. So procedure 1 here, implement a progress script at the end of the re-exam. And the goal here, again, is to get a referral at the end of every re-exam. Hey, you've come this long way. Do you have a friend or family member that you'd want to go through the same experience and want to be able to experience the same things you have in your healing journey, right? Phase 4, wellness graduation. So pro tip, if you don't have a wellness graduation scheduled for the end of the initial care, set this up like ASAP. You are missing out on so much wellness revenue, retention revenue, people sticking around for longer if we don't have a process to actually present wellness care and walk through what the next goals with them are. Okay, so make sure that we do that. For this, we can ask patients to commit for a year of wellness care upfront to drive long-term health transformations. Pro tip for this, a simple framework for this conversation, we review results and wins, right? We get feedback, and then we set new health goals. Once we do that, then we can present wellness care and then the finances around that, right? So procedure 1, schedule out a wellness graduation at the end of the initial care. It's almost like a mini ROF to transition to wellness. Procedure 2, implement the Stronger Together VIP card after the patient signs on to wellness care. And this is just to separate this special thing that they get, almost think like a loyalty card at another business, right? And so here's a script for that. Hey, now that you've seen the results and understand the process, you're part of the top 10% of people who actually take action on their health. Want to know what the next level is? Helping someone else start their story, right? And so we have a Stronger Together VIP card for you. Because you've done the work, you've earned the right to be the hero in your family's health story and other families around you. If you've been struggling to decide whose health to prioritize in your family, you don't have to anymore. With the VIP card, you can bring up 3 of your family members or your dearest friends in, which is valued at X amount of dollars for the price of $47. And just a heads up, because this is a special one-time offer for our committed patients, and we track exactly who's access to VIP card, it's only redeemable for a 2-week limited time. Who do you want to get scheduled for that, right? And so you can give them something like that, and it could be for a free first visit for the limited time. Here's a couple action steps. Number 1, build out your referral offer. 2, implement referral procedures as the new standard. Number 3, practice referral scripting and begin to implement these into your practice. So building the social proof machine. What is social proof? Social proof is evidence that other patients trust you and the quality of service and experience that you provide. This makes potential new patients more likely to trust you psychologically because our brains are going to assume something is trustworthy if other people are choosing it, right? And so the 2 types of social proof we like to lean into are Google reviews and then written and video testimonials. So how this machine works. Think of this like a checklist, okay? So where every item you check off the list represents a reliable stream of videos, images, and words you can use to advertise your business. You can use them in paid ads, content, outreach. And so the 2 main things we focus on are testimonials and Google reviews. A bonus here is to get patients to tag you on social media. It's hard to use this in marketing, but it is social proof in itself, right? And so pro tip for this, implement some kind of punch card for every time they tag you on social media after a visit. After 10 tags, they get a free protein shake, free healthy meal. You can insert, one of their, favorite beverage or food shop, like a gift card to that, something like that, right? So how do we collect more social proof? You ask more. Duh, right? It's crucial to implement the procedures in the previous section so that we can have a standard process for asking for Google reviews after any win. If you don't plan it out in your day of running your practice, it's not going to happen. Okay. So track who you've received a Google review from. On the next big win, you can ask patients to record a short testimonial video sharing their story. Okay. And so that's how you get reviews and testimonials. Pro tip here, people want to share their story to help other people. It's absolutely innate. Everyone wants to be the hero. And make sure to lean into why it's so important to share their story. For example, so another patient that's experiencing the same thing can also experience the transformation you're experiencing. Pro tip number 2, use a simple spreadsheet just to track when a new patient leaves a Google review and when that patient leaves a testimonial, right? Make sure every single one of your patients have done both of those things. So what makes a good testimonial? Follow the 6-question script for a great testimonial recording. So number 1, we want to find some kind of internal struggle. So what was the rock bottom before they did this thing? What did you have to do that you hated? What things did you want to do that you weren't able to do? Right? Then we talk about a little bit on the external. What were the previous symptoms or diagnosis, right? The things that you can see from the outside. Then it's like, hey, what were you skeptical about? So what were your main concerns about starting care? The overcome, what made you do it anyways, right? This should sound like the hero's journey, right? The external victory, where are you at currently with symptoms in your objective diagnosis? And then the internal victory, which is what have you felt has been the best moment since then? What are you able to do now that you weren't able to do before? What don't you have to do anymore that you had to do before to just live your normal life, right? And so how do we use social proof to drive more new patients? Here's how we implement all social proof from that checklist. So number 1, Google reviews, self-explanatory. For every Google review you get, it's going to help you rank higher in Google search. This means it makes it easier for you to find potential patients searching in your area for a chiropractor, right? Extremely valuable here because every Google review keeps working for you for the longevity of your practice, meaning it's a gift that keeps giving, right? It's vital to do everything you can to get every patient that starts care to leave a Google review. So what's important for them to mention? So mention the practice name, the doctor name, their experience, talking about their story. Those are all big things. The city name, those things are all big for Google. But also the amount that you get, the how often and how frequently you're getting reviews impacts Google search a lot. Okay, so if you haven't received a review in the last 10 years, the odds Google is going to refer a bunch of people to you now is much lower. Number 2, patient tags on social media. Super simple. Every tag that patients make to your account brings eyeballs from friends and family that might also be looking for a trustworthy chiropractor. I've seen people have like some kind of photo wall in their practice and just give some kind of awesome deal for patients that decide to post about that or post on your story with the tag while tagging you in the background, right? Next, testimonials. This can take a little bit of effort to use effectively. So I want to outline a powerful couple ways to actually use testimonials to drive more new patients and trust, right? So number 1, build a testimonial while in the office. This is a recommendation. It's going to have massive results in building trust with any new patients that show up at the practice, right? So it'll boost trust, which increases conversions, upfront payments, retention. So this is an example. You could frame the written testimonials, display them from wall to wall so patients can physically see the massive amounts of results you've amassed with your patients. Also include a picture of the patient within the frame so people can see, hey, it's real people leaving these reviews, right? Get permission for sure to do that. Step 2, create a caption for video testimonials, taking a quote from the testimonial, post them to Facebook and Instagram, right? Make it a goal to post 1 time per week. Step number 3, find a spot on the website to include either written testimonials with pictures or video testimonials, or both. Step 4, write down any common objections that patients have during the conversion process. For each of these objections, find a story you can use to knock down that objection, right? That overcomes that. Instead of explaining away their objection, you show how you help someone overcome or how another patient realized that wasn't the truth or that health is actually better in a different way, right? So if you show and paint the story of, hey, this is how this other person came to the conclusion, they will start to do that as well. And it's going to be something that you give to everyone regardless of where they're at, right? Step 5, use these patient stories to set expectations about what good patient beliefs are and what good patient behaviors look like, right? So John had a similar outlook when he started care. He was hesitant to show up 3 times a week, but even reluctantly, he did. And 6 weeks later, he said, insert whatever he said, right? And so it's just an example, but it's going to encourage patients to be compliant to the care plan and get better results. So action steps here. Number 1, begin asking for Google reviews and testimonials. Number 2, implement your Google review QR codes. Number 3, implement tag post incentives. So with that pro tip that I mentioned. And then number 4, implement steps 1 through 5 to leverage testimonials in your practice. So this is the practice promotion playbook. What is it? So these are locked and loaded plays, texts, emails, offers, and seasonal themes you can use to disrupt your marketing in your area, drive massive results of reactivations, referrals, cash collected, Google reviews, etc. So why is this so powerful? Because these are already battle-tested plays, that have been proven to be successful in countless different markets that you can copy and paste to create immediate marketing success when things start to get stale. Okay. Most people spend all their time marketing to people who don't know anything about them instead of marketing to their already established patient base. I'm going to show you how to leverage your largest patient asset, which is your loyal patients. Because we have different types of plays in the playbook, we're able to run one every quarter at a minimum. Okay. This allows us to have a locked and loaded marketing play, disrupt our normal promotion, and generate massive amounts of interest in a short period of time. And we have these to use whenever things start to slow down with our marketing. So I'm Chris, I'm the CEO of ChiroJump. At this time we're posting this video, we've been running this company for about 2.5 years. And we started this with the vision of helping practitioners that are absolutely amazing healers make the impact of their dreams, while also not giving up on the financial and the time freedom of their dreams, so that they don't have to choose between building the family life that they want or having the financial freedom that they want, and making the impact that they want. And so if you're somebody like that, somebody that struggles on the business end because it's just not something you're passionate about, then book a strategy session. I'm more than happy to walk you through anything that we might be able to help you with. Okay, so referral plays. Number one is referral gift cards. The idea behind referral gift cards is you can sell a discounted price visit to active patients to bring their loved ones in. Okay, you can sell each gift card for $10, $20, $47, have a limit of 3 per patient, right? Here's some results that we've seen from this. So Dr. Catherine Lay from Vitalogy Chiropractic in Alameda, California, got 28 referrals from this. Dr. Sweeney got 8 referrals. She's from Sweeney Family Chiropractic in Seattle, Washington. Dr. Lonnie Nielsen got 12 referrals from In Touch Chiropractic in Bedford, New Hampshire. So this stuff works, right? It's not like we haven't tested this. Like, we've literally run this in other practices. So launching your referral offer. Step 1, build out an insane referral offer. Step 2, pick a theme for the promotion. Black Friday, gift of health, New Year's, new me. Step 2, pick a theme for the promotion. Black Friday, gift of health, New Year, new me, summer reset. Right? Step 3, set a time length for the promotion or limited availability offer. Ideally, we do both. So an example, offer is available until December 1st or until spots run out. There's only 15 available, right? Step 4, promotion to active patients only, right? So don't send this all to other people that are inactives and haven't been in 3 years, right? So we want to send it to all the active patients. So this is through emails, SMS, flyers, table talk, right? In all these different ways. Pro tip here, require every patient to assign each referral gift card to a specific person. So get their names when they buy them. Write this down and follow up with all those patients to get them scheduled. And so here's an example of a Valentine's special we ran. So take a look at it. But it's just walking through the messaging and what we'll typically do. You could also include bullets for exactly what's included in the special, right? If you have like a massage, or you have, a red light room option, or you have something else, you can always include that in the description here. And so here's a few different options for the different plays that we've ran. Okay, reactivation plays. Dr. Melissa Crago got 58 reactivations with this play. This works, okay? Trust me. She's from Oakland Life Chiropractic in Oakland, California. And so launching your seasonal reactivation offer. Step 1, we want to build out an insane reactivation offer. Refer to the referral section about how to build the offer again. Step 2, pick a theme for the promotion. Okay, so Black Friday, gift of health, all these different options. Step 3, set a time length for the promotion or limited availability, ideally both again. And step 4, the promotions to inactive patients only. Okay, emails, SMS, in-office flyers, table talk, right? We want to market this to inactive patients. Pro tip here, a lot of docs only want to blast an email out and call it a day. Your results will be what you put in here. Okay, so if you can text and talk about it, your results will follow in a good way, right? If you do more, you will have more people following along. And so we want to make it a big deal in your practice, okay? So here's that message that we'll typically send. It's typically a 2-message follow-up. So here's some examples. But the second message will continue with like, hey, if you haven't left or if you missed that, we're bumping this, we're extending this by a couple days. So feel free to shoot us a message if you want us to actually get you scheduled. So some kind of short follow-up message, right? We have some fast cash plays coming soon. If you haven't grabbed the link yet, go do that. Check the description of this video. It'll walk you through how to find that link. Next, Google review plays. So Dr. Bigham's got 96 Google reviews. He's from Alleviation Wellness in Douglasville, Georgia. Some proof that he really did that. Dr. Andy Nelson, 140 Google reviews from Prescott Preferred Chiro in Prescott, Arizona. Dr. Dana and Dr. Matt got 68 Google reviews. They're from Align Family Wellness in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Right? Dr. Justin Favorite got 155 Google reviews. Absolutely nuts. He's from Favorite Family Chiro in Springdale, Arkansas. So this really does work. You will bump your Google reviews. Obviously, if you haven't seen more than 20 new patients, there's not much that this campaign is going to do to fix that. But if you have a practice base that you've seen tons of people over the years and you just don't get as many reviews as you see patients, this is going to be really big. So what we do for the Google review campaign: step 1, set up a raffle with prizes. $50 Amazon gift card works great. Step 2, pick a time length for the raffle drawing. So 7 days or 14 days is awesome. The winner will be picked on this date. A lot of times I just do 24 hours, like just a little heads up, and then you can extend it by another 24 at the end of it. So here's an example of that. But step 3 is promote to the active and inactive patients: emails, SMS, and office flyers, table talk, right? And so you can let them know, hey, we created a goal to reach an extra 24 reviews in the next 24 hours. This is how I typically run it. And this will just speed the results, right? Important thing here, make sure you actually insert the Google review link. So don't just say, go looking good, like insert the link that literally pops up to writing a review. Like it pops up so they can just click the star and write the review. The less clicks they have to make, the exponential results you'll see. Also, if you're using something like Jane or using something like Aloha/Review Wave, right? You will notice that you will not get as many reviews from that, where it has them first give you a rating, and if they click a 5-star or 4-star, sometimes it'll now send them to your Google review page. The number of clicks that they have to make there will dramatically impact the number of people leaving a review. Yes, you may have a couple negative reviews if you do this in this way, where you're directly sending the link. But which product do you trust on Amazon more? Do you trust the product that has 1,000 reviews that is 4.8 stars? Or do you trust the product that has 3 reviews that's 5-star, right? Like the number is more important than how close the rating is. And the average rating is really important, right? And so if you're building this out, do not stress if you're like, hey, I got a negative review. That's okay. The more important thing, you can text them, call them, try and remedy the situation. But the more important thing is that you're getting more reviews, right? To actually bump up you on search, to show people, hey, this person knows what they're doing. And so these are all the plays that we have. If you're watching this and you want one-on-one help to implement this internal marketing machine into your practice, click the link in the description, book a strategy session, and that'll be with me or one of my team members. And we will sit down with you and help you actually implement these steps into your practice or answer any questions on this that you have. So go ahead and do that, and I'll see you on that call.